Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very sincere. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Be sure to follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out the website as well. That is extra.vdgsports.com. extra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well. VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, or do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you may, comment if you must. Just do whatever you do. Do whatever you do. This episode is not, I repeat, not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, everything in between. Basically, all things Vince. All things Vince. VinceDouglasGregory.com. Almost caught up as well, and we can start back. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. That's all I can ever ask for, and many thanks. Even if you are still not here and you're gone. Maybe you came back, maybe you didn't, but thank you anyway. Regs, what more can I say? We just got this special, unique bond. You know, non-verbal communicating peeps. I just wanted to say your name to let you know, to let you, as in you plural, but not the non-verbal communicating peeps, because we speak non-verbal. This is everyone else. This is for everyone else. And that's a shout out to non-verbal communicating peeps. They're there, peeps. They are there. They just don't speak. We don't have to. Everything's non-verbal. Everything is non-verbal. Now I got a lot of directions where I could go, where I can take it. But I think I'm going to start with this. If you decide to rub your hands on your carpet for whatever reason, I suggest you think twice about it. And then I suggest you vacuum your carpet. Then I suggest you not do it at all. And that's some free advice. Don't do it. No matter how much you want to, no matter how bad that fire burning inside that wants you to take one of your hands and just rub it across the carpet because the carpet is so silky soft, it's so smooth, it feels so good. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it. And I am speaking from experience. Because it did me wrong. I had no idea that this was going to happen. This didn't even come across my mind. I'm a creative person, and I usually bounce a lot of things. I usually bounce a lot of things off the wall, and I'm usually outside of the box because I don't like being in the box, and I don't like the box, period. This never came across my mind. This is something I never thought of. Even if I was writing a script or a movie or something, I wouldn't have put this in it because it would have made no sense. It would have made no sense. But now, when I do some ghostwriting, now, when I need a plot, I got it. I got one. So all hasn't been for naught. All hasn't been for naught. And usually noobs, regs know this, and definitely the nonverbal peeps know this. Usually noobs, I give something enough time for it to breathe. I usually give something enough time for it to breathe, meaning I let some time go by before I bring it up, just because I'm trying to protect the guilty in the game, just because I'm trying to let everyone have their say and let everyone get what they need to get off their chest or out in the open. And by the time that I come around and put the information out, or by the time I come around and say some things, it's already known information or it's already known by a large amount. And so I am just putting I'm just putting my 2 cents in, or I'm just adding my commentary to it, or I'm just adding to what's already been established. And that's me giving something enough time for it to breathe. How ever angelic bird like voice. However, when it's me and me only, the giving something enough time for it to breathe is usually how soon do I want this information out? Because I can comment on my own story. This is the first time it's coming out. This is the first initial everything. And giving it enough time when it only involves me is just me protecting myself, me protecting my self esteem, me protecting my ego. I don't know. I just kind of go with the gut feeling. I just kind of go with the gut feeling. I just go with the intuition. I just go with what feels right. And I don't try to overthink this and I just let it happen. Not letting the chips fall where they may, but I just let it happen. And this is something. It just feels like it's the right thing to do. It just feels like it is time. Not only that, I'm starting to get some of the feeling back in my digit. I'm starting to get some of the feeling back in my digit. Maybe, just maybe, that has enticed me to just go ahead forward with this information. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Who knows? It just feels right. It just feels like the time. It just see something, say something, see something, say something. Is the more is the thing that's pushing me to just go ahead and say this to begin with. Now, don't, and this is me with my free advice, and this was me giving you all the suggestions and all of that, saying that you probably shouldn't rub your carpet, even if you are super safe, even if you've taken every single step to make sure that nothing will happen. I'm just going to say, you just don't know. And me of all people, I thought of everything, but this was something that I didn't think of. And I'm still wondering and pondering that where did this item come from? Where did this come from? And I am stumped. Granted, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit better. And it's no, not self-esteem better. It's digit finger better. All right. So I don't know for what reason. I guess I was bored. I was bored and I was trying to figure out I don't know. I just started rubbing my carpet and I only got one rub in. So I shouldn't say started. I attempted to rub my carpet. There was like something there, like buried in, and I was trying to like rub it so it can pop up instead of using the vacuum, instead of looking at it and doing something else to get it out instead of rubbing to get it to pop up. Yeah, that was just me trying to show out. That was me trying to show out. I was like, yeah, I know if I do this to the carpet, whatever's deep down in there is just gonna pop up and wham. That's what I do. I don't need no vacuum. I don't need anything to pull this up. I got this. I assume that was my initial thoughts. I assume that's what I was thinking at the time. But soon as I attempted to do what my mind's eye was showing me the thing to do, everything went right. Your right, my left. Everything went right. I did that. I did the attempt. And next thing I know, I'm feeling pain, pain shooting into my finger. And it wasn't the kind of pain that you get when you smash a digit or you smash a finger and it's cold. It wasn't like that because that pain, it kind of rocks your limb, rocks your body, and then just kind of like spread out, and then it just kind of like aches, and you're able to control that. You're able to get it back within the core part of where the initial hit took place and just keep it in that area. It wasn't this kind of pain. And this wasn't the kind of pain of getting cut either. Because when you get cut, you just kind of like feel overrushed, and it's like something's just flowing and free flowing and just da da da. I just want to do that. But it's not like a cut either. A cut is a different kind of pain. A cut is almost as a burn, depending on how small, or if it's large, it's almost an annoyance. And then you realize you're cutting. It's like, oh, okay. This wasn't any of that. This was a pain that I have yet to experience. This was a new for me. This is a new box checked on my things I didn't want to do, but happen anyway. So I'm just going to remember the experience just in case that I need to bring it up as a explanation of what not to do. Learn from me. But experience is the best teacher. Let my experience be your teaching. For the final answer, I felt this pain in my finger, and it's my pointer finger on my right hand. This pain was something else. It was almost as if it was a stab and a smash finger at the same time, with the stab pain subsiding and just the smash finger portion just continuing on and on and on and on. And the thing about this, it wasn't going away. The pain was actually growing, and not growing as in smashing your finger in the door on a cold, snowy day where everything just kind of like spread out. Think of dropping something in the water, and it has that ripple effect. That's how this pain was doing. It was from a central position in the finger, and it was just rippling out to the tip in the other direction as well. And I looked at my finger after making the faux pas that I did. I looked down, and there's this piece of wood buried in my finger. I know. I still have the same questions as you do. How did wood get in the carpet? How did that large splinter of wood get in the carpet in the first place? If I had an answer, I wouldn't have done it. If I knew the answer, I wouldn't have done it. So I'm just going to go ahead, and you should too. I'm going to go ahead and press this button that's right in front of me. It's an I believe button. And I'm just going to press it and say that the piece of wood got there. How did it get there? I don't know. But the wood was there, and I believe it was there because it was sticking out of my finger. It was sticking out of my finger. And when I do figure out how it got there or why it was there, maybe, just maybe, I'd have to share that information with my thinking part, or I'd have to share that information with my brain and all of the decision making functions. So in the future, when something comes up that I've never done before, or it's a questionable decision, that I can think about all of the outcomes, all of the outcomes that are possible and all of the outcomes that's impossible. And this would have fell into an impossible category since there's no wood, no spare splinter wood to begin with that my mind can see, that my eyes can see, that's just there available to begin with anyway. Anyway, now I'm focused on now I'm focused on being able to get this object out of my finger, and I'm still in pain. The pain is not going away. The pain is growing and is rippling, and I'm just trying to make the best decision possible. I'm trying to make the best decision possible as fast as possible. I take my other finger and I just kind of try to pull it out. I pulled most of it out, and of course, the other parts just broke off into the finger. The other parts broke off into the finger, and I didn't really have a nice set of tweezers to just be able to like get in there. So I did the best thing that I knew how to do, and I just took some clippers, fingernail clippers, and I just started like clipping around the skin until I'm able to reach it, able to reach the rest. Well, let's just say I was unable to reach the rest by doing it that way and utilizing that method. I was unable to reach the rest doing it that way and utilizing that method, basically. I had to sleep on it. I had to sleep on it. And let's just say I don't normally take medicine for pain, but the aching and the pain was that bad that I had to take some medicine. And I definitely didn't want to get an infection either. So I did the best that I could to keep things normal in an abnormal situation. Next morning, fast forward, I get a hold to a razor. I get a hold to a razor. It's the next best thing that I have. I didn't have any I didn't have any I didn't have a knife. I didn't have a knife sharp enough to just kind of like cut out what I wanted to cut out. And as the regs know, but the noobs don't know. I'm not a doctor. I didn't fell out of medical school. I just dropped out of medical school. And by me dropping out was me saying that I'm not going to do medical school and I'm just going to do research and science. So I decided to do research and science instead of medical school. So here we are. Here we are. I didn't have any scalpel available to me. Oh, and by the way, that's what I planned on doing. And even that, well, anyway, you get it. Go back, review the historical documents. It's all there. But that's just to catch you up. That's just to catch you up, noobs. That's just to catch you up. If you want more and if you want the rest, go through the historical documents. It's there somewhere. It's there somewhere. Xtra.vdgsports.com. There you go. You're welcome. Now, I didn't have a scalper ready and available to me. I didn't have one to just cut around and do what I needed to do to get the splinter that broke off into my finger from the piece of wood that was buried or lodged in the carpet. And I was going to neatly cut around all of the edges and cut around underneath so I can just be able to pull it directly out. I didn't have a scalpel, so I did the next best thing. Or I utilized the best next thing, and the best next thing was a razor blade, and I did it with a razor blade. So I just got the razor blade and I'm just cutting and I'm just cutting out and I'm just digging. Oh, and by the way, the pain didn't go away. The pain was still there. In fact, the pain was more. It was increasing. It was increasing. And The blood was flowing a little bit more freely, I should say, more freely, and the pain was increasing. So I just had to increase my pain threshold and know that I'm doing this for the greater good. Increase my pain threshold and know that I'm doing this for the greater good. Oh, and by the way, I was like losing or parts of my digit, part of my finger in different places and areas. It was it was so painful that it just sort of went numb, but not numb, but numb. If you get it, you know, if you ever been in this experience before, and I'm gonna try to describe this experience if you haven't, but if you haven't and you're openly saying you haven't, I'm just gonna say you ain't got a lot to kick it. You ain't got a lot to kick it. I'm being honest and I'm telling you my experience, and you should know. But hey, if you want to go down that road and go down that path and lie to kick it, okay, fine. No judge zone. No judge zone. Basically, it just hurts. It's extremely sore. So everything you touch, it's sore. It's sore to the point where you touch something, it hurts. But if you push down hard on something, it doesn't hurt as bad. And you're kind of just like spreading out the pain even more. And that feels better. So I was at that point. And I was at that place. And I was doing different things and manipulating my finger in different ways to be able to cut around, to be able to dig in, to increase my pain threshold so I can do what I need to get done. And I did that after a few hours. And if this wasn't possible, I'm going to be straight up honest. If this wasn't possible, I was just going to take a knife, and you shouldn't try this at home, and just go ahead and say, I don't need the tip of the finger anyway. And I was just going to go ahead and let whatever happen. And I was prepared to burn the cutted area, cauterize, I think's the word, and possibly get some medical attention afterwards. But that was the plan if I was unable to get the splinter out. If I was unable to get the splinter out, my next step would have been to just go ahead and chop that part of the finger off and burn the end that was chopped off and just say, all right, now it's time to go get some professional help, even though I should know how to do this since I am a man of science. But none of that took place and none of that had to happen, or none of that happened because I was able to dig around. I was able to increase my pain threshold, and I was able to get the clippers, the fingernail clippers that I was using, because I had dug so much out as far as with skin and around the area where the splinter was in. I was able to take the clippers and grasp lightly because I didn't want to do it too hard because it would just defeat the entire purpose to begin with. So I was able to grasp the object, the foreign object within my skin, and just pull it out without any more of it breaking. And soon as I pulled that out, there was a certain type of pain that just went away. Soon as I pulled it out, there was just a certain type of pain that just went away. And my body was just like, foreign object is out. We free. We ready to party. And I'm ready to do backflips. I'm ready to do front flips. I'm ready to just get my electric slide on. And if you know, you know. I was ready to sing and dance and make my chest pop. I was ready to sing and dance and make my chest pop, and I wasn't even in the G ride. I wasn't going to break out the money man dance, and I wasn't going to break out the happy dance, but I was definitely going to sing, dance, and make the chest pop. I was going to sing, dance, and make the chest pop. But I didn't do that. I thought better of it. I was like, you don't deserve this. This took 2 days. You don't deserve this. This took 2 days. This should have been accomplished. This should have been done the first day. Now we're on let's just say on day 3. Day 3, more of the feeling of the fingers came back, and the pain that was radiating out, or the pain that was rippling out, that's subsided, that's gone. There's no infection because once again, I took all the proper steps to make sure there's no infection and what have you. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. It's just that I used to want to be a doctor, but hey, dreams are made to be broken. Dreams are made to be broken. Anyway, the pain went away. I mean, there's still a little pain here and there, but it's not what it used to be. The feeling isn't what it used to be, far as with it's not numb in the numb that I described. So everything is basically feeling fine, working accordingly. The only thing that I say that's going to take some time, and it's going to take some time, and no matter how quickly I want this to happen, it's just going to take time. And that's for the perfect circle and all of the skin that I dug out and cut up and all of that stuff. Skin's going to grow back eventually, hopefully, but I just don't know when. And that's something I can't rush. I'm okay. I'm okay. And see, if it was up to me and my thinking mind, I would have waited till the skin grew back and all of that and possibly shared. But nah, intuition and gut feeling say, you got to do this now. You got to do this now. Yep. I'm just going to say this. I'm doing this now, hoping and wishing that intuition and gut feeling step in the next time that my mind's eye think of doing something that really shouldn't be done. Because intuition and gut feeling can sense and knows the impossible, that the mind can't think, that the mind can't think.